Hey everyone, I am back today to do another video. This one is Project Life 2024 Volume 2 flip through. And I'm using a 9x12 album from scrapbook.com. And most of my kits in here are going to be Ali Edwards, some Coco Daisy, and some Ellie Studio. So this is my cover page. Oh, also I wanted to point out, I do have a henna tattoo in case you're wondering what that is. Okay, so this is for 2024, July through December. And this is my cover page. I always do a photo of me and Kevin, the date and the months that are, the year and the months that are included, and then either our names or initials in some format. It's week 1, or actually week 27, the first week in this album, is the 4th of July week, and we ended up going on a trip to Lake Tahoe. And I do have a process video on this one, so I will link that one below if you're interested in seeing that. Probably my only process video that I have for Project Life so far. So we just went to Lake Tahoe. It was very hot and very crowded. Sent myself a postcard and just got a picture of the lake and some stickers from there. Again, whenever we travel, I like to include like a very large photo, full page photo. And then we rented a Bronco because we were thinking about buying one. So we wanted to rent one while we were driving around and see if we liked it. And we did, because we ended up buying one, which you'll see in this album. We watched the fireworks show. They have like a phenomenal fireworks show, so that was really fun. And we went up on the gondola ride, and we rented Lime scooters, which I'd never done before, and that was really fun too. I really enjoyed that. Week 28, we were back home, and just a normal week. We had some monsoon weather, so I always like to try and get photos of that whenever I can. So I was excited that I caught this lightning strike. And Trump was assassination attempt on Trump happened that week. And then here we were pricing out a new Bronco to see how much it would be. And we had issues with my car. So we were driving down the freeway. I had gotten my oil changed earlier that week. And anyway, we were driving down the freeway and we heard this crazy noise, like something like a rock was in the engine. So we pulled over and Kevin was checking it out, and he saw that the oil cap was missing. So he was like, oh, maybe they left the oil cap off and it like rattled in the engine and then flew out or something. But we later figured out that had absolutely nothing to do with it, and the oil cap was sitting like on the side. So that just was coincidental that it was not on. But our trim, which you can't see right in this picture, but our trim on the windshield blew off while we were driving down the road. And so I don't know what happened. I don't know if it hit any other car. I have no idea. But that, flew off while we were driving down the road. And then I had to get this little bump on my nose removed, and I had tried 3 separate times to get it removed. This was the 3rd time. So she had to cut like really deep into my nose, and it worked that time, but now I have like a little dip right there that I'm trying to get fixed. But this is when she did the cutting. Week 29, we were in Utah to visit my family for my dad's birthday. So we always like to go to this pizza place there. So there's just pictures of us at the pizza place. I did news. This is when Biden decided to pull out of the race. I forgot to mention where the kits are from. So this is an Ali Edwards kit. I think these are from the Ali Edwards July Stories by the Month kit. And then these are just from my stash, the other cards. So anyway, we were there. We got pizza with my family at my favorite restaurant, pizza restaurant there. We got to meet my great niece, who was born early, premature at 27 weeks. And she was born on July 30th. So this is a couple weeks after she was born. That's my niece. So that's her mom. That's her. She's doing fine now, by the way. She's super cute. And just a picture of me and Kev and my parents with my niece and her baby. So it was my dad's birthday, and this was really hilarious because he looked up when he was going to blow out his candles, and he saw that all of us were holding cameras or iPads in his face, and he was like, whoa. So I was also taking a picture of him, but Kevin took a picture of all of us. So these are some of my nieces. I have a lot of nieces. And here we were watching 13 Reasons Why, and this is when Shannon Doherty passed away that week. And I'm trying to include more handwriting, so you'll see that in here. I don't really like my handwriting, but I'm trying to include more of it. And then we also were invited to our friend's wedding. So here's just a picture of them, and then this is their wedding invitation that I shrunk down and just tucked back behind there. This is week 30, and this is using the July Stories by the Month kit from Allie Edwards, and we were still at my family's house for the first part of the week. This is another one of my nieces, and that's her significant other. We went out to dinner with them. My dad wanted to see Despicable Me 4 for his birthday, so we took him out to see that for his birthday. And I ended up getting pink eye. I just had like a very minor version of it, but I did have pink eye that week. And we were watching The Mole with my parents. They love reality shows, so we watched that with them. I had to do some medical tests, so that's what that was about. We had some monsoon weather. So again, we love monsoon weather because it's always just sunny and hot here. So it's nice when there's actually some kind of weather event. So that's what that was about. And then we went out to the sugar bar with some of our friends to do a resin painting class. Week 31, this is the August Stories by the Month kit from Allie Edwards. And maybe it's not. This looks like maybe it's the Collect, actually. This is the Collect story kit, I think. Yeah, this is the Collect story kit. So just wrote down kind of what we were doing every day. So we went and saw our new eye doctor, our existing eye doctor, got new glasses, had an eye exam. And again, I'm trying to do handwriting, which I don't really like that much. And I was working on a lot of scrapbook projects and crafty projects. I was getting excited for Halloween, and I saw someone say this in one of the crafty groups. I don't know which group it was, but calling it Ogtober because there's so much Halloween and October stuff that comes out in August. So I loved that. I had to put that in here. And we went to Spirit Halloween because that opened up. And I ended up getting these two monster dolls for my collection. I put these on a coffin shelf in my living room in October, so that was fun. August, this is the August Stories by the Month kit. And I was reading this book here. This is when we got the windshield trim repaired, so we have a camera in our garage, so I was able to pull some screenshots of them fixing that. And we went to Dunkin' Donuts to celebrate Kevin's dad's birthday. We also went to Spirit Halloween again. I think we went both weeks. And so here's just some pictures of us. I like to go early on when it first opens because then not everything is destroyed, right? It's all nice and there's not as many people there, so you can get better photos. So just got some photos there. And we watched Lisa Frankenstein. And then Kevin surprised me with another monster doll that he got. And he went on a ride with one of his friends. This was another travel week. So we traveled a lot in the summer. We went to the West Coast. So we went to California, Oregon. Excuse me. We started in Oregon and drove down the coast into California to the Redwoods. So that's what this is about this week. So I have another large photo of the Redwoods. And then we did go through the drive-through tree. We rented a Jeep. And I will say Kevin's a very good driver because he got through that tree without any scratches or anything on the Jeep. Just pictures of us driving through with the Jeep with the top off, which was really, really fun. Loved that. Me in the tree. Week 34, at home week. We had some really awesome sunsets. I love this one. I just captured that. More doctor appointments, just the general checkup type stuff. We had October daily prep going on, so I got all my numbers ready. I was watching the Tim Holtz lives, which I hope he does them this year. And I was also doing December daily prep and looking at all the stuff, the products that were coming out, all the planners were coming out. It's like heaven for me this week. Kevin did not have a good week, however, and he had a day that he ended up just being so upset. He had whiskey and pie for dinner. So that's what that was about. This week was another travel week. We went to New Mexico and we went on the train ride there with Kevin's family. Before we left, we started watching Only Murders in the Building. This is the Cocoa Daisy September kit. And I don't think I said this one. I believe this is just stash. Just stuff from my stash. Okay, back to this week. So we went on the train ride. We stayed in this cabin, which was like this crazy cabin in the woods. Like nothing worked right in the cabin. It was crazy, but it was nice because we all fit there. We went with Kevin's whole family. We went on, like I said, the train. So it was just pictures of us at the train station. There's us in front of the train. That's us on the train. We were like kind of towards the back. So I got a nice picture of it going around a curve. In this one, I have a couple of inserts instead of a large photo. I think I have two. Yeah, I have two inserts because I didn't want to do a separate travel album on this one. So I just did a few inserts in here. This is the family on the train postcard. This is the map of the train ride. And then it talks about, it just gives like history of the train, and we did stop and have lunch and then ride back. These are a couple of lakes that are, so Kevin's family used to own a cabin up here, and so these are some lakes that they would go in the summer and spend time at, and they're almost gone. They're like evaporating. So it was kind of sad. We had some fires outside, which was nice, and you could see so many stars, which I didn't realize how much I missed seeing stars until we were out there, and you could just see so many. This photo does not capture it at all, but I loved it. We also did stop by the cabin that used to be Kevin's family's, and we met the new owners, and they've done like so much work on it, and it's just nice to see that it's really been kept up and loved and cared for. This week, week 36, is the September Stories by the Month kit from Allie Edwards. And we drove home. So we had Labor Day off work. So we were driving home on Labor Day. And I was reading The Maid's Diary. We went and saw Beetlejuice. And Kevin was helping his friends with their cabin. What is this one? Just kind of general stuff I was doing. I got a manicure. I went and got my ring cleaned. I don't know if anyone else has noticed this, but whenever I've printed on vellum, it's kind of fuzzy. Like it doesn't stay clear and crisp. So I'm probably not going to print on vellum anymore. I can stamp on it or write on it and it's fine, but it's just the printing on it gets kind of fuzzy. Week 37, this is another Stories by the Month. So this week, James Earl Jones passed away. We had the flag out. I think it was when was this? September. Oh, for September 11th, we had the flag out. And this is when Harris and Trump had their debate. So we were watching that. We decorated for Halloween, and I love that. So these are some of my favorite decorations that we had. It was our anniversary, and Kevin got me this snake ring from Tiffany, and then a card. I think I just had the card. Oh, it's stuck in there. There we go. I have a card that he gave me. I don't want to read it, but I have that like tucked in there. Week 38, this is an Ellie's Studio kit. Must have been their September kit. I do have some inserts in here for, an insert in here for Day in the Life, but the rest of it is all Ellie's Studio kit. So I just had this. We had a, what was it? A lunar harvest moon, super moon, and partial eclipse all this week. So there's just the moon over our house. I was reading, or I picked up this book, Richard Osman, We Solve Murders, which was good. Finished reading that. Just what we were watching, eating, that kind of stuff here. I'll skip over this for just a second. And then we were getting really serious about buying a Bronco, so we rented one again just to drive around town. And this time I was driving it because all the previous times Kevin had driven. And so that's what this was. So we had a weekend where I was just driving around, had the top off. It was fun. And just went out to a lake and did some walking around there. We went to Starbucks and got a pumpkin spice latte. And then this is my day in the life. So the day in the life this year for the community was on September 18th. So I participated on that day. I did a timeline of everything that was going on. And then this orange section is at work. So all the things that I was doing while I was at work. And then over here I have 3 details. I think I have 1, 3, and 4 that correspond to these little story cards over here that give just more context into them. So I have a story about work, and this one is, let's see, food. So I was talking about going to Sonic, I think, and we also went out to dinner. This was something about work. Went to pick up prescriptions. So I did add like little timestamps on each photo so you can see when it was. So these cards all just came in the kit and I just kind of filled them out as my prompt. So work, food, drive, like where we were going, where, this is watch, and read. Week 39 is a stash kit for sure. We're watching Umbrella Academy. We had the longest, hottest summer. We were breaking records days and days on end. So we had 113 days in a row that were 100 degrees or more. I think we also had like maybe 50 days that were over 110 in a row. It was so hot. So I loved this card that says Endless Summer. That's how it felt for sure. Maggie Smith passed away. Just things that were happening that I was doing around here. We went to Voodoo Donuts, and I love them because they have a vegan donut that I can eat because I am lactose intolerant. So I love their vegan donuts. They even have a vegan voodoo doll donut. And we decorated outside this week for Halloween, and that's a new wreath that we have that lights up. Week 40, we finally get into October. So I do have October daily on Instagram. Most of my spreads, I think all of them are on Instagram. A lot of them are on photos, and then I have a few that are just on reels. And I did finish October daily, and I'll have that album up probably in September, maybe August, September timeframe. And I will be doing that one again this year, so I'm very excited. Okay, so this is using the October Stories by the Month kit, and except for this card is actually from the school, I think it's school story kit. And it's a digital, so I think it actually came as a 6x8 anyway, and I used a digital version of it to create these, and I really liked how it turned out. So this week there was Hurricane Helene, and we were kind of watching all the damage that was done from that, and I wrote about that. We went and got our annual flu and COVID vaccines. This one was a work meeting. My boss was in town, so I went out to meet her and went to dinner with her. And then just random things that were happening in October. And that corresponds with kind of what we were doing every day. And then we did go and see the Joker movie. Week 41, this is using the Paige Evans, I don't remember what it's called, like Sweet and Spooky or something like that. I don't remember, but it's her Halloween kit that she came out with this year. So I was using that for this week. And then these are from Allie Edwards, which I have been wanting to use them for years, and I'm so happy that I finally got to use them. So I was reading Behind Closed Doors. We went and we went to this store called Terror Trader, and it was really, really creepy. They had so much creepy stuff in there. So I took lots of photos of that, wrote about that. I have been trying to watch a classic scary movie every October, at least one. And so this year I watched Killer Clowns from Outer Space. So that one, I liked that one. We had some spooky cocktails here that were fun. And then here we went out to the Arboretum because I wanted to go find fall leaves. So this was like the best I could find. I just laminated the leaf and stuck it in here, like with double-sided tape. I stuck it on top. And I found that they do preserve really well if you just laminate the leaves. So far I've had no issues with that, and I've done that for a few years. Week 42 is mostly Ellie's Studio, except for this. I think that was just something from my stash, but everything else is Ellie's Studio. I believe this is their October kit. So let's see, it was raining. So of course I always have to take pictures when it's raining because it never rains here. I took pictures of our house at night with the moon. I thought that looked really cool. We went out to a bonfire with some of our friends there. This is Kevin standing next to this giant Frankenstein's monster in our neighborhood. We went to Spooky Swirls, which is the spooky bakery. They have all these fun different cupcakes and baked goods. And then they also have like memorabilia, excuse me, memorabilia from different movies. So it was kind of fun to walk around there. And then this is where we finally bought our new Bronco. So I named it Odie, and my FJ was Piggy. So I said, bye Piggy, hello Odie. And then these are the keys. This is the keys to Piggy, and these are the keys to Odie. Week 43. This looks like a stash week, mostly. Some of these are Ellie's Studio. And then these are just from some different Halloween kits. So we had my Kevin's sister and her family came out to visit us. So that was over the weekend. So during the week, we watched Women of the Hour. We went to the orthodontist. And so I liked that Kevin called it Time to Tighten the Bolts Again. So I had to put that in there as the title. I watched Scream 5, I think, which was another classic horror movie that I hadn't seen yet. And we went out to dinner with Kevin's family and some of our friends. And then we took them to go see Terror Trader, which is that creepy store we went to. We went out to the candy shop. So we have a shop called Sweetie's Candy. So I thought this was perfect, deathy sweet shop. And I just took pictures of some of the Halloween candy that they have there. And this is their logo. So of course I got a sticker of that. And then my nephew was playing in a band competition, so we went and saw him play. Week 44 was Halloween week. And this is using an LA Studio kit. This is, again, their October kit. And we went to Sedona, Arizona, so we were traveling. So I have a couple of inserts in here. We went out to this Mexican restaurant, and everyone there was dressed up in costumes, and this guy was really fun. He had like a boombox on him, and he was like dancing around. So we got a video of that, and the whole restaurant was decorated up. It was really fun. Then we went to downtown. We had dinner. This was like when we got there, we got lunch, and then we had dinner. We traveled with our friends Heidi and Heather, and they went as Wayne and Garth from Wayne's World, and we went as a half, I went as a half angel, half devil, and then Kevin went as a handsome devil. So you can see I have like a devil horn on one side and a halo on the other, and I have some angel wings on the back, and then I had like a tail also. So that was fun. Sedona closes down at 8 p.m. So it just like clears out. It's kind of amazing. So Mooney's Irish Pub is the only place that's open. So we ended up going there and hanging out for the rest of that evening. Then we did, the next day, we did a hike. So just some photos from the hike that we went on. And we went back to the spot where we got married, me and Kevin. And we just got some photos with the group. And then just a photo of me and Kevin. We went to the Day of the Dead celebration out to Lakapaki, which is really fun. They have like tons of street performers and just people dressed up in costume. They have gorgeous flower arrangements. They have face painting. They have different booths where you can buy food. Lots of fun. They did not have any candles this year that you could light for your loved ones that have passed on. And they only did it during the daytime, and usually it's at night, and so it's really pretty to see all the candles lit up. So anyway, and then it was Kevin's birthday, so we celebrated his birthday. Week 45, I think this is also, I keep saying the school kit. I think it's the school kit. So I pulled a couple of cards from that. Maybe it's the Remember kit. I don't remember. I don't remember. Anyway, here's the book I was reading, Wayward. And then I went and voted. So I have a picture of me with my sticker on. Trump won. Here is the Starbucks red cups when that came out. This turned out way better in my head how this was going to look, but I kind of cut all of the cups that we got. I think we had a few of them into this like design. Anyway, it didn't turn out the way I thought, but oh well. And then my brother and his family came down, so this was a picture of us with them, and we took them to this arcade. So we went to the Starfighters arcade, which is like an old vintage arcade that has lots of pinball machines and just 80s memorabilia. So there's like the phone booth from Bill and Ted. There's the MTV sign. I was really good. There was one, I think maybe it was that one. I did really good. I got like a good score on it, which I kind of am surprised. All right, week 46. This is the Quiet story kit. And I think this is just from my stash. So we were watching Anatomy of Lies on Netflix. You can see here where our tree out front, our crepe myrtle, is just starting to turn red. So our tree doesn't go into fall mode until November, December timeframe. And then like all the leaves change in November and then fall off in December. Just Kevin at the gas station, everyday type photo. Here's where I am getting some micro needling done on my nose. So it looks a lot better already. Getting a pedicure. So we just had a quiet week, which is why I used the Quiet story kit. But also I just wanted quiet in my life. So I wanted to be at home. I wanted to be inside. I'm quiet and my family is quiet. And loud is outside traffic and people. I just wasn't into that this week. Week number 47. This is the week before Thanksgiving, I believe. We were just at home. I think Kevin went to the cabin. Yeah, Kevin went to the cabin again to help with the cabin, and he picked up this leaf for me, and I laminated it. This one didn't laminate as good because it has this thicker stem. So I'd probably, if I had to do it again, would cut off the stem. But it's still pretty good. We'll see how long it holds up in here. But it's just this giant leaf. I was sick that week, so I took a COVID test, but it was negative. And so I was just kind of chilling out. I was eating ice cream. I watched Hot Frosty on Netflix, which was one of the new shows this year, new Christmas shows. I did make some brownies. We have this like all edges brownie pan, which is really good. And this is the November Stories by the Month kit, in case I forgot to mention that. This is also the November Stories by the Month kit. This was Thanksgiving week, and I got my braces off that week, right before, like a couple days before Thanksgiving. Just things that we were watching. This is our tree. So this was just like, 2 weeks later, and it's completely red. All the leaves are red on it, and the leaves you can see there. Book I was reading Now or Never by Janet Ivanovich. We were watching Man on the Inside. This sunset was awesome. This was amazing. It was so red and pretty. I loved it. Then we had Thanksgiving at home, and my mom gave me her china set. I've been wanting her china set forever. I wanted to inherit it, so she sent it to me this year, and we used it for Thanksgiving. And it was just the two of us at home. And then we decorated for Christmas. Week 49, this is using the Liz Tamanaha Paisley Press mini kit this year. And most of these cards, I think there's 3 of the cards that came in the kit, and then I made up the other ones using Photoshop. So it said like "'Tis the Season" and "It's Tradition" and "Jolly, Merry, Happy." And then from those ones, I created the titles of "Yes to This" and "This is Joy," just like pulling the different letters in. So we found this like fireplace TV show. So we would put that on at night and just kind of relax and hang out and listen to the little crackling of the fireplace, which was fun. Wrapping and shipping. We did lots of wrapping and shipping of all our presents that week. We went and looked at lights, and it was really nice with the top off on the Bronco, so we could see, like, you can see so much more. It's really cool. And reading 5 Bad Deeds, our tree decorated, and then we were watching this show called Afraid, which is this AI gone rogue. And I had a book club. So in December, we have a really nice book club. We go to the same like fancy restaurant, and we do like a ornament exchange, and then we get a group photo. So that's what that one is. Week number 50. This is using the Cocoa Daisy December kit. And this was a travel week. I had to go to Philadelphia to Pennsylvania for work. So this was me in my work outfits. I was just there for like 2 days or something, not very long. We watched Red One. So this is the weather there. It was so cold and rainy the whole time. So it was winter for me. It's like freezing cold. And I had to drive in it, which was scary. So I had to get a sticker that was a license plate because I drove in there. And then this was my itinerary. And then on the back, I did all my journaling about that week and traveling. I did go to CVS Health, to their headquarters. And so I had to get a picture of me by the heart. They have like a big heart thing in their lobby. And then this is Kevin when I got home. He sent me this text. My key from my hotel room, just journaling about the week, and then I had micro needling again, and we had eggnog and a bath. Week 51, this is using the Allie Edwards Stories by the Month kit. We watched Carry On. We went and got coffee at this little coffee shop by our house, a local coffee shop. I also had, like, I think this was herbal tea out of my gingerbread mug. So this is definitely how I was feeling. I saw this online. Dear Santa, all I want for Christmas is less anxiety, more time to relax, and have an empty email box and more energy. Thought that was really cute. And just our living room, I just liked it, how it looked nice. I made cookies, and this is just our, oh, this was looking at lights, so this was more decorations. And then Kevin was working on the truck, installing a radio in the truck. And then week 52, this is Christmas week. So we stayed at home this year. We didn't have anyone visiting, so it was just kind of a quiet Christmas. Kevin was very happy because his mom sent cookies. So here I just did like a letter to his mom and put it in here. I think this is just a stash week. Yeah, I think this is different kits. Like, this is definitely Ellie's Studio. This is from Allie Edwards, I think from December Daily. Or maybe it's from a different December, like different year, December. Not sure. But I know those are Allie Edwards. That's Allie Edwards. So this was us on Christmas Eve, just by the tree and hanging out. We did go look at lights, and we found a place that does luminaria, so Kevin was happy. This is the aftermath of Christmas morning, and we watched Squid Game 2. And the last page here is kind of a wrap-up of the year. So it just says, bye 2024, hello 2025. And then I did like our favorites of the year. So this one is Kevin's favorites. And so his favorite food was bananas dipped in flaxseed. Drink was blue juice. Flora was redwood trees. Travel was the West Coast road trip to Oregon and California. Driving Betty around, that was my dad's Chevy that he restored. That was his favorite event. Favorite book was The Second World Wars, and his favorite movie was The Crow 30th Anniversary Edition. And then I did a photo, and then I have a few more things here. So his one little word was nature. He always picks a one little word with me, but then he forgets what it is. But anyway, his was nature. Favorite Instagram, I won't read all of them, but anyway, favorite Instagram, YouTube, music, etc., that kind of stuff. And then same for me, I have my card, so I won't read through it, but you can pause if you want to see it. And then I just have a photo of me and Kevin that I really like, and just more favorites of mine from the year. And that is all. So thank you if you've watched this whole thing, and I am working on more crafty projects, and we'll be back with more videos soon. So let me know in the comments if you have any questions. Thank you.